La Liga president Tebas reveals he is still trying to get Barcelona to face Girona in the US.Javier Tebas has not given up on Girona meeting Barcelona in Miami in January, telling Sportsmail that the match would be part of a wider strategy to push La Liga in the US. Our international strategy over the past few years has been far more aggressive than the Premier League, putting our own offices abroad and our own delegates, our own events and our media strategy. We have been more aggressive, and that shows itself in the way we are growing, he said, although he denies looking exclusively at the Premier League as competition for La Liga. I look at all sports industry, he says. Look at the NBA, motorsport, Formula One. I don't just look at the rivalry with the Premier League, because on an international level in the big television companies, when they budget they say, or we take the motorsport, or we take La Liga. They don't differentiate if it's football or not. So I have to look beyond just football and the rivalry with the Premier League. The Spanish Football Federation has so far blocked the US game, and La Liga would also need to get permission from the US Soccer Federation, UEFA and CONCACAF. But there is a desire to keep pushing. The Spanish league is not tied to a time frame, but Tebas' agreement with Relevant, the American company also behind the International Champions Cup summer tournament, obliges him to try to make it happen. There is no obligation for La Liga. And of course no obligation for the clubs, but when we sign on the intention I like to fulfill what I sign for, says Tebas. If you can take a competitive game to another country, then that evidently has an effect that will last a long time. And if that's not the case, then why do the NBA do it? Why does the NFL do it? Why does the MLB do it? Why do they play official matches? Because they know that it is much more intense and makes much more of a mark than a friendly. After years of domination in Spain from the big two clubs Real Madrid and Barcelona, Tebas is dedicated to trying to sell the whole competition. Smaller clubs are getting more from the television deal than ever before in the current table, with Sevilla top and only 2 points separating the top 6, is helping to bury the old image of a predictable two-horse title race. La Liga sides have also thrived in Europe of late. Asked why, when the Premier League is the wealthiest competition, it is La Liga that has, since 2014, won 14 of the 15 European trophies, Tebas says, I am not England enough to know why, but I think the youth systems in Spain are very well looked after. The Spanish clubs have a lot of players who started out in their youth systems. I think that has made the Spanish teams more competitive than the teams in the Premier League.